Good morning. We are so glad you could be here with us today as we honor our work together and share our plans for the year ahead. You know we wish you could be here with us in person today, but the reality is that these moments remind us of how important it is to take stock of the time that we have together. And of course, we have next year, right? So thank you for being with us and taking the time to be here. And we're grateful to have with us Father Eric Rutten, pastor at the Church of St. Peter Claver, and a member of Interfaith Action's Board of Directors, to share a blessing. Father?
Thank you, Dr. Williams. This year, 2020, has been and continues to be a very difficult year for so many. We're living in a time of many challenges and anxieties, the loss of life and economic devastation of COVID-19, new calls for racial justice and peace in the aftermath of the killing of George Floyd, and the animosities of a divided country. These pressures can, at times, seem to be fracturing us. That's why it's so important that we come together to pray and to find new ways to help each other. We come together as a people of many different faiths, but we all pray for the same things: justice, peace, and the common good of all. So let's take a deep breath this morning, center ourselves, and ask God's blessing upon us, upon our community here in St. Paul, and upon the work of Interfaith Action. God of love, we know that you are always with us. Be with us this morning. Bless this Bringing Faith to Life event. We know that you are God and we are not. Help us to recognize that we are all truly brothers and sisters. Remind us that we are stronger when we come together, and that we can make a much bigger impact by working together for the good of all. Help us to build a better St. Paul, where everyone has the support they need to thrive and be their very best. God the all-powerful, God the all-merciful, God the all-loving, hear our prayer. You already heard a welcome from Dr. Uhuru Williams, the Distinguished University Chair, Professor, and Founding Director of the Racial Justice Initiative at the University of St. Thomas. Please welcome back Uhuru.
Thanks, Father Rutten. One of the reasons that I am excited to be a new board member at Interfaith Action is because of the operative word in interfaith, and that's action. In a moment when there are so many challenges to our community, our nation, and our world, we need to find constructive ways to take action. And that's what Interfaith is all about. And this has truly been an extraordinary year by all measures, as our community faces the dual pandemics of COVID and racial injustice. Systemic discrimination and COVID have pushed tens of thousands of people in our community into poverty. Our diverse faiths compel us to take decisive, affirmative action to remedy disparities and to help build stability and economic mobility for our neighbors. And that's what we're doing. With the amazing volunteer labor and support of our faith communities, Interfaith Action is responding in extraordinary ways. We provide shelter for families and healthy food for our American Indian community. We provide tutoring for children who are struggling with disruptions in their learning. We provide job coaching, free legal counsel, and financial education. And we help our community think about how to take action by bringing together clergy and elected officials, and by hosting inspiring educational sessions on important issues. We know that when people of faith invest themselves in effective action, opportunity grows and poverty recedes. One person who understands this well is Mr. Otis Zanders, President and CEO of Ujamaa Place, one of Interfaith Action's extraordinary community partners.
Many of us work together in St. Paul. We're a community of wonderful partners who all have their eyes on the prize. And the prize is our neighbors' stability and economic mobility. We all need to work together to clear obstacles out of people's way and to support them in gaining the strength and community connection they need to do well. People need so many things: jobs, legal resolutions, child care, transportation, health care, community connections, and so much more. Interfaith Action is a critical resource in our community and is one of our trusted partners in this sacred work. They support faith communities' ability to provide shelter for families with children, and they connect those families to permanent housing and to permanent jobs. They provide education programs that open our minds to new ways of thinking that builds our stronger community, like the college and prison program and the college program for reentry. They also provide the wonderful Community Power Up program that the Ujamaa men have enjoyed on many occasions. Interfaith Action is a partner who we can count on as we work together to build a more just, kind, and caring world.
Economic mobility. That's why we're all here today. We know it takes a village, this village, to lift up our neighbors, ease their journey, and build a kind of community where equity, kindness, and prosperity are the norm. Interfaith Action works toward this goal every day. We provide emergency services and a safe respite for families, a foothold and a pathway to long-term stability. We walk alongside our families. They're never alone. We're with them every step of the way, and we do this together.
Together, we are responding in extraordinary ways to build a community where all families thrive. We've met a 300% increase in demand for our Department of Indian Work food shelf. We've doubled our capacity to serve families experiencing homelessness and have helped dozens of families find permanent, affordable housing. We've developed new, free legal resources and have brought hundreds of people together to learn how to take effective action to build economic mobility.
People here is respectful, nice. They make sure you have what you need when you need it. It's a nice support system here.
Economic mobility is a big part of what we're trying to achieve here. And part of families gaining stability is to increase their economic mobility.
We have a savings program. So whatever income the families have, we do a budget and so much is saved. So when the families move out, they will have a little nest egg to start off with.
I support the saving program 100%. Honest truth, because you never know what you're gonna run into in the future, after you leave this program. So it gives you a backup, you have money. So I support it 100%.
Due to the pandemic, we're not able to utilize the valuable volunteers that we have come to rely upon. So we are asking all volunteers if they can share with us their resources in other ways. That will keep so many more families safe and off the streets.
Financial resources make it possible for us to continue our critical work and to build a compassionate, just community.
Project Home helped me and my family in a very big way. Just finding stability, and I just got hired, a new hire for the University of Minnesota, which is a great paying job, great benefits, and I'm so excited about it. I feel like there's an opportunity for Solange to attend by me being an employee there too. So, she's only 4. So if I could get that time, I am gonna put in that time so she could attend the U of M. That is one of my ultimate goals right now.
Our hearts are full of love and gratitude for this family and for all the families who are working hard to achieve their goals. We're honored to be a part of their journey. Today, right now, we come together to invest in our neighbors, their stability and their economic mobility. We decide today to be part of the solution and to invest in the community because we believe that it's possible to give everyone the future and the life they deserve. But how do we do that? On most days of the year, we do that through volunteer work, in shelter, in food shelf, in tutoring, in legal clinic. But today is the day when we focus on our critical need for financial support. You can make a financial donation or pledge by clicking the donate button at the top of your screen and filling out the form. You can click the donate button throughout our program and still stay connected to the event. In fact, we invite you to click that button now. Now, once you do that, you'll see there are multiple giving levels. So choose the level that works best for you. But we ask, please stretch. Whatever you're thinking of giving, please give 150% of that. Those in our community who are suffering need your support. We encourage you to consider a multiple year gift as it ensures the long-term success of our shared work. You can also give via text on your phone at any time. Remember, your gift helps us feed more families, provide more shelter beds, tutor more children, and move more families to stable housing. We are so pleased to report today that a group of early donors has come together to pledge more than $50,000 toward this work. We want to thank you, but we also want to encourage you to join them and other passionate individuals just like you to build a more equitable and just community for all. Just imagine a community where children are never hungry, where moms and dads can provide for their families, where home is a safe place to welcome friends and to get a good night's rest. While you sit in your home this morning, think about how your faith compels you to help build a caring community, one person, one family, one home at a time. We at Interfaith Action invest in our neighbors and their well-being. We share responsibility to take effective action that is informed by a deep understanding of the daunting barriers many people in our community face. We're there for each other, today and tomorrow. Please join us with a donation. Let's do this. Let's do this together.
I want to say that the DIW has helped my family in so many ways. They go over above and beyond to help us in everything that you can imagine, from food to clothes to jackets and shoes for the kids. And it's really nice to come here because they always have open arms, very welcoming. And it's beautiful to see because sometimes it's hard asking for help. And it's nice when you can come to a place where they have open arms and they're so helpful.
Hello, my name is Reverend Florence Conover from the Mount Olivet Baptist Church. Reverend Dr. James Thomas is my pastor. The Power Up Clinic has been a great service for myself and family. They have helped me access legal attorneys for advice, coached me in business affairs, made out a new will and 5 wishes forms, and they gave me very important information for expungement. Power Up has great services and wonderful volunteer lawyers to help before and in this pandemic crisis. Many families in the community have benefited from the services they offer, including the monthly homeless shelter. Volunteers and attorneys, you rock.
Interfaith Action is fortunate to have a passionate, visionary, charismatic force of nature as its leader. Randy Eilis Roth, as most of you know, makes things happen. And this past year is a testament to that. With your support, Randy and her staff have truly moved mountains. Randy?
We are grateful beyond measure for the support of our interfaith community. We are in a moment of reckoning with race discrimination, with COVID, and with the poverty in our community caused by both. And in this moment, we are called to act. In this horrific opportunity moment, Interfaith Action has not missed an hour of service to our community, much due to you, our committed and passionate interfaith partners. You have helped us to more than double the number of families we serve in shelter through a new COVID-safe model. In our shelter, Project Home, we offer the stability of safe and warm shelter while we promote economic mobility by helping families find affordable, permanent housing and jobs. You've helped us to meet the 314% increase in demand for our Department of Indian Work, or DIW, food shelf, while we moved food shelf to COVID-safe doorstep delivery. You've helped us to provide critical legal education in community through short videos that clergy can share with their congregations, while we transitioned our legal clinic to the phone so we can continue to remove legal stumbling blocks that get in the way of jobs and housing. You've helped us to continue job coaching with our wonderful partner, Daily Work, further building economic mobility even during this pandemic. And your engagement in new COVID-safe remote literacy tutoring is helping children progress in reading in this difficult time. You make it possible to convene interfaith and civic leaders together to build understanding, inspiration, and solutions. You're joining our conversations about healing and reconciliation with national figures, including our own Uhuru Williams, who shared an amazing talk about the 6 degrees of segregation and has more to share with us in the months to come. And your clergy have shared with all of us daily prayers to give us strength. Our vision in Interfaith Action is clear. We seek to advance our neighbors' stability and economic mobility. We believe that opportunity grows and poverty recedes when people of faith invest themselves in effective action. Soon, you'll see more new, exciting work emerge at Interfaith Action. Here's 4 examples. Number 1, in October, our Department of Indian Work became the COVID hotline center for the entire Twin Cities American Indian community. This enables us to meet even more of the needs of the community. And number 2, the Department of Indian Work is preparing to build on the hotline work to launch a new center based on a nationally acclaimed model to broadly and deeply support our food shelf clients' economic mobility. Number 3, our Opportunity St. Paul program will soon launch volunteer cohorts focused on restorative justice. Ramsey County Attorney John Choi would like to divert more young people from the traditional criminal justice system, and you can volunteer to help make that happen by joining us in community circle practice to facilitate healing, reconciliation, and healthy alternatives to incarceration. And finally, number 4, Opportunity St. Paul will build volunteer cohorts focused on college in prison, college in reentry, and college for prison guards. Thank you, every one of you who's with us today, for supporting our work to boost our neighbors' stability and economic mobility.
Hi, I'm St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter. Amid this enduring public health and economic crisis, our continued partnerships among our public, private, and nonprofit sectors are vital to meeting the needs of our community. Interfaith Action is a critical partner in this important work. Their mission of harnessing the power of volunteers from diverse faith and spiritual communities to support families and individuals who are striving to achieve stability and economic mobility is more important than ever. But like all of us, during these uncertain times, they need our help. Join me in supporting Interfaith Action and help ensure they can continue to support the many needs we have here in our community. Thank you. Stay safe, keep your masks on, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
I support Interfaith Action because of all the opportunities it offers me to connect with my neighbors, whether it's keeping watch overnight at Project Home or filling grocery bags for families at the DIW food shelf or tutoring my study buddy through Opportunity St. Paul. I'm connecting to neighbors I might not otherwise meet, who I might not otherwise even be aware of. All of the world's important faiths teach us to share our talent and treasure in the service of others. Opportunity grows and poverty recedes when people of faith invest themselves in effective action.
On behalf of the staff, board, volunteers, families, and clients at Interfaith Action, thank you for your donations and the gift of your time and support today. Together, one donation at a time, we're building that caring and just community we all want. But if you can stretch your gift, if you're inspired to give even more than you gave a few moments ago, please click the donate button again to contribute even more to this critical work. You are a mighty force for making this vision real with your faith, your prayers, your labor, your financial support, and your generous spirit. Thank you again, and have a blessed day.
Future prosperity, how do we create?
Bringing together diverse communities and creating a shared vision for us is something that is sorely in need in the world in which we're living today. Interfaith Action does that every single day. Interfaith Action is an organization whose time has come. It is time for all of us to appreciate just how important it is that regardless of the differences that divide us, the commonalities that unite us will ultimately prevail.